mic. Everybody's got excuses, but you got one life to live, one life to give, one moment, one opportunity. Boy, that's it, and it's all said and done. When the going gets tough and the tough gets going, you just go ahead and run. Cause opinions are like assholes, everybody has one. They're being constructive or they jealous of the outcome. It's not about the times you fail, it's about the times you got up. And I don't even care what the fuck your excuses is. Fact is, you just playing the cards of foolishness. What you think I'm dubious, you gotta get up, get going and just move on. Don't look towards the past, you gotta groove on. You procrastinating now, you gotta get that motivation. I already created a track called Inspiration. Gotta get up, get going and get fucking hype. Go ahead kid, go ahead and live your life with no regrets, no regard all the fucking time. Cause I'm telling you, if you keep going, you go on. End up in the same spot you've been in all your fucking life now. Tell me now who's winning. Opinions are like assholes, everybody.
Indeed. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Wrestling Talk Now. Just realized I had my torrents open. Let me just get rid of that before shit gets glitchy, because we are running a lot of shit down this week. I mean, a bunch of news came out, which we will certainly get to. But welcome, everybody, to another WTN edition of Wrestling Talk Now Rundown. And, of course, I am not alone. I am with the crazy one, Kid Crazy. How goes it, good sir?
Pretty good. I hope everyone's okay. A lot of soap opera-ish stuff happening to get down to, so let's do it.
So, of course, before we break down the wrestling week that happened on SmackDown, Raw, and Dynamite, we, of course, well, I guess Rampage is there too. We, of course, will get to the needy and greedy, the big news that really just came out yesterday through an article from the Wall Street Journal. There is an investigation going on that Vince McMahon had paid off hush money, if you will, to keep one of his employees quiet, because apparently back in 2020, he was having an affair with her. And not only that, but also she was being passed around as a quote unquote toy to John Laurinaitis. And yeah, so that bombshell broke yesterday, and apparently they have been investigating this since April of this year, which does shed some kind of light on maybe why Steph had kind of left recently. Still doesn't.
She left in May, right?
She left in May, but I mean, it's still
and
not.
She's part of the board of directors, so she would have known about this.
She definitely would have known already. She definitely would have known.
So there's maybe it's her, we're speculating here, maybe her learning about this, wanting to walk away, not wanting any part of this, or is it maybe something like they knew this was going to come up and maybe they wanted to get her away from this so that if any shit hits the fan, she can take over, or she can be the McMahon that's left to, I guess, pick up the pieces. So yes, if the investigation was started off by the board of directors in April, she left in May, very probable that there's a correlation there of why she left. We don't know why, but it must have something to do with that.
I mean, I guess that family issues certainly would make sense now. With her being quoted, gotta take care of family. Obviously, Vince McMahon is still married to Linda, but for a while now, it's been heavily rumored that it is just a facade marriage. They haven't been together for years. Apparently, that's still a thing. They just are legally married, but they haven't been together apparently in quite some time.
Together in air quotations.
Yes, together in exactly together. And so interesting stuff. So a lot of people had thought originally, oh, it was the girl who had came out, but it apparently really had nothing to do with the women themselves. She can't talk. Technically, she has an NDA. which of course they're gonna do. Apparently, they had paid her $3 million as hush money. And she was given like she was given like $100,000 more on her salary a year. And this, by the way, mind you, is when all the cuts were happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Bunch of wrestlers were getting fired. And I mean, I guess that's where the money was going to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Vince was using it as his own little personal perverted playground. They even investigated Nia Jax's tweet that mentioned that the place was very perverted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The higher ups. Yep.
And I got to tell you, I'm kind of shocked it took this long for something like this to come out. Just given with all the Me Too movements the past several years and all of that. We've heard ramblings, we've heard the garbage bags incidents and little things here and there earlier back in the days of, Brock Lesnar flashing Terry Reynolds. And we got someone here.
It's very surprising.
Oh, look at that. A no video of Jeff. This is like my calling.
Loading. It's still loading.
Prayers. Jesus. They were answered. And then how goes it, good sir?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good. Like I was about to say, it's very shocking. Like Justin was saying, after all these years, knowing Vinnie Mac's appetite for beautiful women, where this was eventually inevitable and going to happen. Now I just want to be clear. So this was apparently a consensual relationship.
Yep.
This was more of an affair type of thing. Another because she was in 2019, like Justin was saying, she was on a paralegal salary for WWE, making $100,000. Then all of a sudden, a year later, she gets out of nowhere a big, substantial raise, which brought her up to $200,000, which raised red flags with people in the company. So that's it. So now this is more of a question of did they use company funds? Because now this is not a private company where Vince can go just into the bag of money and just use money for his own pleasing. This is now a publicly run company, so he has to run everything by the board of directors. So now what they're investigating was company funds used to pay this hush money, this $3 million non-disclosure agreement, or which to the representative or the spokesperson for Vince McMahon, I'm not sure who it was, said that this was his own money he used, his personal money he used. Well, that's when that still has to be discovered if it was his personal money or not. That's basically what
it's still a negative image on the company.
Oh, definitely.
Because I mean, the sexual harassment, that's nothing new. I mean, like I think it was in the early 90s they were accused of it. They even went on Donahue, if you remember.
Yep. Yes.
I think Dave Meltzer was on that show. So it's just that it's funny. Like even I was reading, I think the guy I don't know who posted it on the WTN Facebook page about Kevin Dunn. It's
the inside trading scandal.
It's I almost feel like Nick Khan has something to do with this, so he pushes the McMahons out of the way and he takes charge.
Or is it a conspiracy?
Yeah, because you think you think about it. I mean, everyone thinks he's next in line, So I mean, it's like, does he have anything to do with? He probably I wouldn't be surprised if he knew about this.
Or is he the one who leaked it to the world?
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised.
Why would you want to take over, though?
Because he wants to be in charge and he wants to make more money.
Wants to make more money. But I mean, in terms of actually taking over the company, I think that's not his realm of expertise. It's more just, of the distribution of the company and how the company looks, but not necessarily to be the CEO.
But he was leading that way. It was almost like if he was the heir apparent to Vince.
Well, recently he has been taking the turn, this new turn that WWE is taking with the stadiums, and apparently even the reduced schedule for Roman Reigns. Apparently this was a con idea. He was thinking that having a champion less present was going to make his value go up when he is present. That's fair. That's fair, but that's a strictly business way to look at it. Straight a product value marketability way to look at it, instead of like the industry of pro wrestling.
Fair.
I don't think it's a conspiracy there, but I definitely think maybe he hasn't liked the way Vince McMahon or Kevin Dunn or some of the higher ups of the inner circle of Vince McMahon have been in his sorry about that, have been in his, how do you say, in his way when he wants to take major decisions, and that could be a reason why he wants to fuck things up, I guess. But I don't know, because we hear that what the Wall Street Journal got was from a friend of this paralegal. Now they don't specify anything about this friend. They have emails and stuff, but they don't specify anything about the friend. Is she a friend that worked with her in the company, that still is in the company and had access to all this information, or was it just a personal friend that she confided in and that decided to go public with this? As for Kevin Dunn, what I've read, I tried to look into this when we posted this, and apparently he sells off every year about 5% of his shares. Apparently he still has, he sold like 2,700 some odd shares.
Wasn't it 15,000?
15,000. Sorry, 15,000. Sorry, 15,000. That's right, 15,000, and he still has 271,000 shares. It could be that he is on the board of directors.
Apparently, yeah, he's one of the people making this decision on Vince's whole little investigation too. So
it's definitely true that he knew about this beforehand. So, but the most shocking thing about insider trading is yesterday, because this was done in May. Kevin Dunn's sell-off. The one done yesterday is 2.1 million shares, which is double of what usually is around this time. So somebody there that sold off the day before this got leaked. Well, I mean, the day before they made it public. The day of the leak, exactly. Sold off 2.1 million shares. Now,
so that wasn't Kevin Dunn?
No.
Kevin Dunn was the one in April.
Yeah, the one at the end of April, beginning of May.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's whoever sold the shares, it's still insider trading, no?
Oh yes, because now now they're asking who owns so many shares that can sell off these shares. So we're talking about BlackRock, Vanguard, another one. I think it's 3 or 4 mutual funds or hedge funds, whatever you call them, and then you have the guys with the Vince McMahons and
well, NBC must have shares. NBC Universal.
Yeah, probably they must have a block of shares. So it has to be somebody.
But they're
going to
find that info. No, you can easily find.
Oh yes, they said in the report. I said in the coming days they have to file an SEC report saying that they sold off the shares, and then we'll know who sold them off.
Oh, okay.
So
and that person or company or whatever, apparently if it's insider trading, which this does sound like, it's a lot of shares. You obviously know something's up. That is apparently, what is it? 5 million in fines and 20 years behind bars.
Yeah, up to 20 years behind bars.
Up to 20 years behind bars. So I don't know if it's a
and they don't fuck around. Remember, Martha Stewart went to jail.
Well, I know, but she was in a jail with nice stuff, but she still went to jail. That's valid.
So insider trading is no joke. Yeah.
I was shocked, man, when I was reading these things that you guys were posting on the site. I was like, "That's not a good image for WWE."
No, and it might easily just. I don't even know how they're going to manage to sell now. Disney won't want to look at that anymore.
The evaluation will probably go down because if the stock stock is most likely going to take a hit.
Oh yeah,
for sure. So I mean, by the stock taking a hit, the value of the company is going to go down. So if Disney or NBC Universal, if they want to take control of, which would make sense, them buying the company because of the Peacock deal. So I mean, I don't see
another 3 years, 4 years they still have. So.
Yeah,
with the Peacock deal
for the streaming, they own USA Channel, USA Network. So it does fit the profile of them buying content for their network and streaming service. So that makes sense. It's another rumor mill that may go around. Has some executives at NBC know anything about this investigation? Could they have been the ones to leak this to Wall Street Journal to make the valuation of the company go down? And now
smart, but
put WWE in a corner kind of way. You guys better off selling.
Oh my God, people are assholes, but it's so genius, but so evil.
And to have a kind of a hostile takeover there.
Yeah.
Worser things have been done. So a lot of people are speculating that, first of all, I feel really bad for Mama Bella because John Laurinaitis is a prick.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, so I think John Laurinaitis is just going to be the first fall guy. You're going to see him take the fall. There's also rumors that something else big might be coming out to kind of take away news from this somehow. And then we also heard reports randomly of, now this is only from one source, Raj, that apparently Sasha Banks has been released. However, there has been no other reports. Dave Meltzer is not confirmed. No sources would tell him anything. And same with Sap. So it's only going off one report, but they're also not denying it. They're just not saying anyone is necessarily saying that is so either.
Yeah, there's probably there was NDAs written or signed rather. So right. I'm sure if there's no one saying anything, it's because there's NDAs. But I have a question. So now, basically, when you read these reports, the first thing that popped in your mind was Mama Bella?
Felt bad. Because I know Linda doesn't give a shit. I absolutely know that Linda doesn't give a shit. I already knew Vince was a pig. I already knew that those people there were just oinking around. And, it was consensual. So I was like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? Rich guy, maybe she didn't want to do it after the first time, and then this rich guy is very powerful. He threatened her. She's like, all right, whatever. Not a nice thing, but whatever. She ultimately agreed to it, and then hush money to pay her off. We've seen this happen, guys, with powerful people for the last 10 years. And unfortunately, this is not a rape scenario, though. You know what I mean? It's not someone alleging rape or whatever have you, where it's a criminal thing. I just feel bad for Mama Bella because I don't know. Maybe she's crying with money in her bills on her eyes and using that as tissue paper. Because who knows? Maybe she knew her husband was a dog. I hope there's no prenup in that scenario, because take him for all his money and divorce his ass as a sex toy. Like, I was like, oh my God, I know this shit goes on. I get it. But like, I didn't think John Laurinaitis was a pig like that. I really didn't. No.
And from what you get, the vibe you get from Mama Bella on the few times I did watch Total Bellas or
Bro,
Total
you
Divas,
watch every week. Stop it.
Is that I don't know? I don't think she'd be okay with Super Dave there banging other people. So, so I don't know if.
I just got it now. Why you called him Super Dave? Yeah, I just clicked. Yeah. I was like, Super. Who the fuck is Super Dave? Oh yeah, the voice. I got it.
Oh man.
So I think he's in for a rough couple of weeks there, if it's not over.
It's crazy, man. Especially with the internet nowadays, that anything could, with the whole Me Too movement, and anyone will drop, will leak information at the drop of a dime to either get money out of it or, but especially
career,
especially when it's a publicly traded company like that, and you're really trying to expand more, even though they've already in a shitload of markets anyway. But right. this really, really hurts their bottom line on whether, like you said, do you want to sell or just in general, like the stock price, like we said earlier. That's I mean, there's the old saying, innocent until proven guilty, but not a good sign though.
No, not a good sign. Why an NDA? Why this? Why that as well? You know what I mean? It's we've been hearing about it for years. Obviously, Dark Side has brought certain things up. The wrestlers themselves on, that Plane Ride from Hell episode have said, taking advantage of women is, kind of normal in our business. I think that was either Just Incredible or Rob Van Dam who said that, as he's seen it around and all that. So, and we kind of just know it, just from, being wrestling enthusiasts and fans for so long. It's not a great business behind the scenes. Thank God we're just fans and not in the locker room, because I'm sure a lot of shit happens behind that curtain. And if Vince treats his wrestlers like that, just imagine how he treats his employees. So, not really shocking. I'm just shocked it took this long for us to really know anything.
Oh yeah, and this story is definitely not over. There'll be new details and stuff coming out as the following days and weeks are going to pass by for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So one person you're probably going to have to go without seeing on wrestling for quite some time as well is Randy Orton. Apparently he might need back surgery, and so it looks like he might have the rest of the year off.
Yeah,
so it turns out it's worse than it is.
Yep. So the plans of him probably, tomorrow we have Riddle, Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns that doesn't show up on pay-per-views will be on SmackDown to defend the world, the undisputed world WWE title, I guess that's how they call it, against Riddle. And the plan was to have at not Money in the Bank, but what's the other, SummerSlam, to have Randy Orton go against Roman Reigns. And apparently those plans are now probably in the
shifted.
water, probably.
Right.
Yeah. It's a shame because I guess the storyline would have been good, if they would have done it. Because Riddle has been on fire the last few since Randy's gone. His promos are good. His matches have been on fire.
Yep.
So it would have been interesting. I guess we'll see what they do, unless this is a swerve, and they bring back Randy Orton tomorrow and have him interfere in the match and have Riddle the new champion. But I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know. All of them confirmed. I don't think they'd go off the storyline for that. They're not there to feed into WWE storytelling.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Maybe they are. We'll see. Maybe it is a swerve. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see our Riddle winning it. Would be kind of cool though. I mean, if Roman's not going to be there for another 4 weeks, 5 weeks, just let Riddle have it at least. I think everyone wouldn't mind Riddle as that little transitional champion, have somebody at Money in the Bank with the title doing something. And then, I don't know, beat him. Then Roman beats Riddle at SummerSlam or something.
Yes, I don't see his title reign being that long. I don't think he's a great performer, but I don't see him as a guy to carry the company.
No, but it's not that long. I mean, 5 weeks. Have it. Well, when's SummerSlam? SummerSlam's in August, right?
August, yeah.
No, this year is end of July, right? Yeah.
There you go. So that works.
They changed it around.
Yeah, they made it earlier this year. Let me see. I saw it the other day when we were talking. SummerSlam is July 28th, if I'm not mistaken. SummerSlam 2022, it is July 30th. July 30th. So
Justin, try not to frighten the audience by getting too close to the camera.
This is beautiful, damn it. Beautiful.
So 5 weeks, I guess, is a short title reign, but I think he can do good as long as I don't think he can go a long way. I think I agree there. A long run. But a definitely short run can do some miracles for him. He'll get a bit more over, but also for the stories that he will be telling. Because I don't know. I think you need your champion on TV.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I understand he'd be a transition for somebody else, but if you really want to get the guy over as a singles, I would say not put the belt on him right now and give him maybe a few months run to see if he can carry it and how he can carry it. Because 5 weeks, it's like you in the blink of an eye and it's already over. It passes so fast. Yeah. People will end up forgetting his title reign.
I think that's kind of the point. It's just to check how it is. So even I almost feel it would be more dangerous to do that with Nakamura, right? So you wouldn't want to. I would love to see Nakamura as even a champion for that long. You wouldn't want to maybe do it with Nakamura, but doing it with Riddle, I think people would think it's cool and people would enjoy it. And people wouldn't necessarily have anything bad to say about it either if it is only for the 5 weeks, because he's just I'm chill guy, whatever. I don't have the title.
But Nakamura is already an established name. Riddle kind of isn't yet.
But that's why I'm saying it would boast Riddle. I think the established name of
5 weeks though. 5 weeks, you think is enough?
Well, I mean, maybe he does an open challenge every week though. He kind of makes it interesting in
A
that
fighting
one, you know what I
champion
mean?
type
A
of
fighting
story.
champion,
Okay.
kind of like a John Cena US Open title champions thing. That
All
really helped the title establish it a little bit more, and it's going to help Riddle too. So if you get Riddle to face off against main star guys like I don't know, we do Lashley, we do Drew
KO.
McIntyre, KO, Seth Rollins. And then that would help establish Riddle as an actual legitimate serious wrestler. We think he is, but his jokes and his gimmick perceives that, and then so we don't really put him in that category, when in reality he's a phenomenal wrestler. And I think that would be good. It would be a nice change that fans would like to see, and 5 weeks is enough for us to be like, okay, cool, you know what, that's fine. Roman's back, that's kind of cool, acknowledge him, all right, cool story. And then maybe, I don't know, because WWE is a lot of hiccups, right? They're probably going to do something with Cody gets injured. Roman wants some time off. Okay, Roman got time off. Let's go give it to Randy, because, you know, Randy's our go-to fall guy if we want a generic champion kind of thing. Randy's injured, hurts his back. So I don't know who you have. It doesn't look like they're going to do anything with Seth. Doesn't look like they're going to do anything with KO. Doesn't look like they want to do anything with Drew.
But it looks like maybe, I think Seth is on his way to winning the Money in the Bank.
That would be awesome.
For the second or third time? I think second.
Second.
Yeah. And so he's on his way to winning the Money in the Bank, in my opinion, and probably cashing it in very, very soon after winning it, like not waiting long. And you set up and then now I'm going a bit further in my booking. But then either Cody comes back, wins the Rumble, and you have Seth Rollins, Cody
WrestleMania 4. Yeah.
Wow. I think that's
that.
And I think KO can be a good program for Riddle for a few weeks, back and forth. I think that would work. So I think there's some possibilities there, but it's how they're gonna want to book Roman at the end of the day. That's what it's gonna come down to. Do they want to take the belt away from him? Do they think it will hurt him not having the belt, being away for so long and not having the belt? I don't think so. Because
now that Paul Heyman is there, right? So Paul Heyman actually finally started doing stuff. He's there every week. He's talking for Roman. I think it helps. But at the end of the day, man, I don't know. I get why Khan wants it every so often as a business move. But at the end of the day, why am I watching the show for? I'm watching the show for the champions too.
I don't know how that's good for business if you keep on taking the belt off a guy just because he takes time off to put it back on him. Take it off, put it back on him. It's almost like you're losing credibility for the biggest title that you have in the company.
That's also true. It's the problem
or he wins the Raw title or something, or the SmackDown title, right?
So
they want to make it too.
So the whole unification thing was for nothing.
Well, that would.
Well, it already was for nothing. I feel
WWE's done that.
Is here. There he is.
Hey guys.
Oh my god.
He's in fucking bed.
It's amazing.
Jesus, well done. Bravo.
Well done.
I was planning to go on my.
Big Red was scared of the rain and the thunder. He decided to go into his bed and grab his thunder buddy with him. He got scared. He's like, let me go talk to my thunder buddies as well. We get it, bud. We get it. Welcome.
I ran so fast I forgot my blanket on the other side.
Geez. One job.
No, I was gonna do it on the desk, but there's so many stuff. I'm like, by the time I finish that, the podcast is over.
There you go. It's fine. You're here now. No problem. Relax. Kick back. And give us your thoughts on.
Kick back. He's lying down. He can't kick back anymore.
Yeah, there's no more kicking back than that.
That's fair. Yeah. Just don't roll over now, okay? Don't full-fledged sleep. That's gonna be fucking weird. He doesn't have his sheets there because the dirty sheets. He had to go clean them.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's very true. It's laundry, Jay.
Laundry. There we go. So quickly, your thoughts on this whole scandal? Since
They're fucked.
They're fucked.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. But I read quickly that technically Vince McMahon cannot get fired. So either way,
he has to be voted. He has to be voted
out.
Yeah, he could be asked to be stepped down. Yeah.
He has to be voted off the board.
But he has more seats on the board than anyone else.
You mean he has more shares than everybody else?
More shares.
They can't kick him out as a shareholder. They could
chairman of the board. Yeah,
chairman of the board. They could kick him off.
Yeah.
They could kick him off the board, and they could, I guess, intimidate him or try to convince him to sell his shares. But this is Vince McMahon. If he doesn't want to sell the shares, he won't.
He's not going to sell his shares. No.
So.
Did you guys read this?
You think the Saudi Arabians could purchase? I mean, that's been a rumor for a hot minute.
Also, Disney.
Disney is more of a possibility, in my opinion. Yeah.
I see Disney. I see that Disney.
Yeah, but then the Peacock deal doesn't work.
Yeah,
because Disney
would buy that too. Then Disney would just buy that too.
I doubt they're gonna buy NBC Universal.
No, but I mean to buy the rights for the 4 years
okay.
left.
Well, yeah, that's because Peacock has 3 years left, right, on that deal. So after that deal, they would probably move it to Disney Plus streaming service.
Or that would
be the case.
Exactly. They say, okay, you guys finish your thing, kind of like what they did with the Marvel movies for Netflix, and then Disney bought, and then say, okay, guys, finish your contract, and then afterwards it's coming to Disney.
It's exclusively here,
yeah.
So there is there's definitely. If anybody's going to buy WWE, it's going to be one of these companies: NBC, Universal, Disney, these big companies. Or I don't think.
Well,
Warner Brothers.
Unless with Warner Brothers is going to be AEW, no?
Yeah, HBO Max and AEW.
HBO Max.
Yeah, but plus they got bought out by Discovery, so I don't think Discovery is going to buy.
That's the thing too. So now this Discovery merger with Warner can hurt, because now these Discovery executives, which they are now running Warner,
right,
have been snooping around and wanting to know more about this wrestling and stuff. And the contracts are coming up. I think it's next year, 2023. I think or 2024 that they renew the TV contracts. So there's definitely a possibility. If these guys feel like wrestling is not the way to go they just won't renew. So if that happens, I don't see them wanting to have to buy another wrestling company.
No.
But yeah, it will be these companies. Paramount. Who owns Paramount?
Paramount.
It's Paramount Plus. So it's CBS.
Viacom.
That's right. CBS
Yeah.
Viacom. That's right.
Yeah.
CBS Viacom, Paramount, NBC Universal for Peacock, and Disney for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Those are and Disney also has Hulu.
Yeah, because of the Fox, the 20th Century Fox deal.
Yeah. So there's possible streaming, many possible streaming offers there for that. So they would definitely be in the question.
I don't think AEW is going to be affected right away, because from what the new president of Discovery that's in charge, he's kind of letting even DC do their own thing,
Mm-hmm.
kind of not to interfere. So maybe he'll evaluate once the contracts are over, and if. Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, it's cable TV, so I mean, I think AEW is still, for cable, is still bringing in good enough numbers for TNT. Because I mean, other than the NBA, the TNT doesn't really have any other scheduled programming that you can kind of say, other than
I want to tune in. Other than their 5,000 movies that they play every time. Yeah.
But that's the thing. So it's like I think it's still a viable product that I don't think AEW will be really affected.
No. I don't think other than sports, their sports coverage, their original stuff doesn't hit the late hundreds of thousands, 1 million thing.
Yeah.
So then they'll get 400, 500, 600 if it's really something good. But other than that, I don't think so. It's definitely a viable option for them, wrestling. I just sometimes these business guys don't see it the same way, or see it more long term or something. But no, I think AEW are okay, and we'll be announcing a streaming offer service
soon. Anyways.
Yeah.
So
Sasha Banks, but we didn't touch. Yeah, you touched it a bit on Sasha Banks there. No updates. It's still rumors, like Justin was saying, but now
I mean, Raj has to be right or something. We've heard Raj give good input on several rumor stuff before.
Mm-hmm.
But man, if he's wrong, it's gonna look really bad on his reporting, because no one else.
He's getting his information from somewhere, so
yeah, exactly. So
and he trusted, and even Sean Ross Sapp kind of believe he's kind of like I believe in his source, but no one has directly told me yet, kind of thing. Like
And
I don't have the same source he has, so
her attorneys are trying to destroy her contract. So
yeah. So
I guess that's why they, because it's probably not finalized. It's probably what's wrong. They haven't officially released her. The lawyers are working to try to get her out of her contract, and at the same time, they're probably negotiating a friendly breakup, I guess. So that's why they don't want to really. Nothing is official yet. She hasn't been released yet, and her lawyers haven't been able to get her out of her contract yet. But I guess it's imminent. I can probably safely say now, in my personal opinion, we have seen the last of Sasha Banks for now in WWE.
yeah,
Is it because that they want to avoid the 90-day no compete so she can go to AEW?
I think it's because she has a long term still.
No, she's supposed to be finished though. She's done in like 2 months or something. Yeah. She's
probably 90-day compete then.
Yeah,
she would have that 90-day compete. Maybe they're even asking for a bit more. Listen, we'll give you your release, but you can't go anywhere else for 120 days or whatever. Maybe that's.
I honestly think she's gonna end up going to Hollywood though for a bit. I think she's gonna try to stick her toes into the sand in Hollywood, kind of thing, and see how that is. I don't know. I feel like.
Well, she doesn't. She's not in no hurry. That's for sure.
That's it. Yeah. I think she has something with her cousin with Snoop doing a few things for Death Row that she's kind of already doing. So I mean, she's
starting a singing career, right?
I haven't heard that necessarily. I think she's helping him with stuff for Death Row, not necessarily her to be a singer. I have no idea how her pipes are. I don't know.
Okay, no, I never heard her singing. Also, I just thought there was a collaboration there somewhere about the entertainment industry. Wasn't sure.
Yeah, and I mean, look, Snoop is in all acts of everything, though, right? So she has a great connection with Snoop, and Snoop has all the connections in the world. So, she's fine either way, even if she doesn't go to Hollywood or she doesn't go to AEW right away. She has to lay cool. Then she'll be fine for even that 120 days.
If she were to go to AEW, I mean, like I said, they have the Warner deal, so she could still make movies. She could still go to Hollywood that way.
Oh yeah,
and wrestle at the same time. So it's not like it's impossible.
Fair. Yeah. Funny, we heard nothing about Naomi though. We heard all about Sasha, but no mention of Naomi.
Do you really care about Naomi?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I don't.
I know.
It's because Justin dresses in her outfit on Saturdays.
I like the glow. I like the glow.
He starts dancing around her.
I feel the glow. I just feel the glow. I just put on my favorite track. It glows with my favorite music. It's a fucking good time. We're not here for a long time, Jeff. We're here for a glow time. All right.
Well said.
You glow in karaoke.
But also, maybe the Naomi part of this story maybe is already resolved. Maybe she's already talked to the higher ups and they came to an agreement and she's staying and she's just going to finish off her punishment, whatever it is. And when they have something for her, they'll bring her back. It's been done before.
But her contract is also up too. So I don't know. Maybe resigning. Maybe, okay, look, we're going to give you a little bit less money because of the bullshit you pulled. Or, hey, we'll give you a little bit more. Whatever, you're gonna still be with your husband in the same business, y'all could still travel together, whatever have you, and then she'll probably just agree and say, okay, fine, whatever, so we'll see. I don't think she's gonna go anywhere though.
I don't think so either. So a last bit of news that we didn't talk about, surprisingly, maybe we were even gonna forget about it, but
that's why you're here.
Thank you. Is Jeff Hardy, unfortunately.
Fuck. Yes. Valid.
I'm not disappointed because shit happens and sobriety is a long journey. I am shocked though because he didn't seem that whole story when he left WWE and the negative piss test and all this seemed like he was okay. But clearly from the video from the the body cam and all the reports.
There was video?
I sent it to the chat. Yeah, there's video of the dash cam or body cam. I think it's body cam. And it's 9:50 in the morning and he's totally sloshed. He tells
oh my god.
He tells the police officer that he had a few fireballs, but then he had 0.94. He had 4 times the legal amount of alcohol in his body. So they say that's about like almost 3/4 of a fireball bottle drank in like an hour and a half. So to be that high of
how many times does this guy need to get second chance after second chance before he learns his lesson?
That's it. That's why I don't feel sorry for him.
Well, I
anymore.
kind of do, because it looked like he was like on the right path. He was with his brother again. Maybe, Matt is not going to babysit him, but maybe keep an eye on him a little bit. And it was kind of like he was having good matches again. And then this stuff happened.
And that's where
I think maybe that's where Matt enables him. Maybe not enables him in the sense of go drink, but just kind of always believes his brother. And I get it, it's your brother, you want to know but at the same time, you also should know of when his trips are or his faults are. Because clearly, guys, he hasn't gotten the proper rehabilitation that he does need. I think what Tony Khan's announcement with suspension without pay until he does get the treatment that he does need, and then we can start talking about maybe him coming back. But it's clearly he needs long-term rehabilitation, or honestly, just no more wrestling. I don't think the road, the wrestling career is good for you anymore. I think there's too many ways for you to slip up, and you're just not ready for that. The WWE thing, I do think he was sober. It showed a negative test or whatever have you. But maybe there was indications of certain wrestlers seeing certain things at some times, little talk here and there, that he wasn't in his right mind. Maybe at that show he was. What the hell?
What the hell? Why are we just staring at?
Sorry.
He's like, these people are gonna watch me.
He's like, they're gonna watch me.
No, I apologize.
It's fine. You can sleep now.
Well, what Booker T? I was listening to. I saw a report of something Booker T said, so I went to go listen to what he actually said, and he said it on his podcast, and he was asking the question: does AEW bear a little bit of responsibility here? And now let me put into context what I think he means. It's not what I think he means. It's actually what he means, because he clarified after. In WWE in the last few years, you saw Jeff Hardy more protected in his matches. You didn't see those huge big bumps that we're used to seeing from Jeff Hardy. And since his arrival in AEW, it's been one big bump after another.
Right.
And it's not a thing of injuries, because these bumps, they won't basically injure you. They can, but it's the pain that you're in after taking these bumps.
Right.
And could have this daily pain and chronic pain after taking these huge bumps, like for example, the bump he took on the stairs in that match against Darby.
Oh my God. Right. Yeah.
So could have this pushed him back to the painkillers, which then pushed him back to the alcohol?
But
he's a vicious cycle there.
I mean, he's an adult. He's
a grown man, of course.
Yeah, he doesn't have to take that kind of those bumps all the time to get over. He knows he's already over.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, it's his choice. He's the one who decides to go a little crazy because maybe he was limited on what WWE wanted him to do.
Mm-hmm.
So because there's more of that creative freedom in WWE. I mean, I understand where you might think that, okay, maybe like where Booker T might said they enabled him, but at the end of the day, he chose to take those bumps. And let's not forget Sting at 62 years old took some pretty serious bumps too.
Well, these are also bumps that WWE wouldn't let him take, and now AEW are letting him take.
Do you guys hear me?
Yeah,
yes,
we can hear you.
Okay, good.
And so I don't know if I agree with what Booker T is saying, but I definitely think there's something there that can be discussed, because the link there to the painkillers is definitely part of the problem. And the thing is that, yes, I totally agree that he's a grown man and he makes his own decisions. But at the end of the day, he's got bosses, and if the bosses tell him you're not taking no bumps off no ladder, then he's not going to take no bumps off no ladder. and you want to you paid him or a contract, whatever, for 3 years, whatever, that becomes an investment. And now you don't want to be losing him for a long period of time, either to a big injury, or in this case to rehab and getting his head together and everything. So I think there's a little part to play. Definitely, I don't think they are to blame, but did they play a part in this whole thing? Maybe.
Well, I mean, look, at the end of the day, though, this is not Tony Khan's first
Rodeo.
first rodeo, if you will, but dealing with people who take excessive painkillers or stuff like that, right? This guy runs a football team. This guy runs a soccer team.
Right.
He's seen this before. So I want to give Tony Khan that benefit of the doubt, where, you know, he knows, and especially him being a huge wrestling fan as well, he knows what Jeff Hardy did before. He knows about his past, obviously. And I think Tony Khan would have maybe have mentioned, hey, no bumps. But if Jeff Hardy says, look, I'm good, I can take it, he's showing up sober, and he kind of hides it, because that was the kind of thing with Jeff Hardy, right? Eric Bischoff on his podcast, 83 Weeks, had mentioned that a lot of, especially during that Bound for Glory, Jeff Hardy was hiding. You can never find him anywhere. Only until like the last 5 minutes, before he came out, he would come out and so on. So maybe that's what he was doing here. He would show up to late until he made sure he was sober, he was good. None the wiser. And that's it. You know, Khan could only do so much. He can't babysit the guy either if he doesn't see anything. How do you know? You know,
no, of course.
You know, and those were a lot of crazy bumps too. That would, you know, make anyone, especially, I would imagine maybe after the first time he took some crazy bumps, or after the Darby Allin match, they would have said like, hey, like, what's going on? But I mean, maybe Jeff was like, oh, I'm fine. And then he went to go pop pills in his own private area, and that's it. You know, like, it's also very hard too. He doesn't want to be looked over, clearly, right? He doesn't want to be babied. He needs it, but you know what I mean? Jeff Hardy's stubborn in that regard. He thinks he can do it on his own, and he's all right, and and that adrenaline within him, it kicks in, and he wants to be able to do these things to whatever. But you know, the guy just, I think he needs to get off that adrenaline junkie mode of wanting to do stuff, because apparently he just does that with anything that he does, not just wrestling, just life in general. I don't know, man. You're not getting any younger, but
it's the alcohol that got him, not the pill, not any pills. He didn't get drug tested and tested positive.
No, but I'm saying
it was a DUI.
One could have led to another, though, and maybe not. Maybe there was no painkillers involved, and he drank his pain away, kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to touch the pills. It could be also possible, and he just drank himself.
Drank himself.
But Matt Hardy's wife, what she posted, she deleted it quite quickly after. But it's a picture. It's like a GIF of her praying. Well, not her, but somebody praying and saying, "Pray to God my husband doesn't get hurt in this ladder match. Pray to God my husband doesn't get hurt in this ladder match." And then it jumps to a picture of what's that guy? The Tiger guy, Tiger King, and underneath it's written Jeff Hardy, "I got you." And so basically, Jeff Hardy saved her.
She posted that?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What the fuck is wrong with you, Rebby? I mean, she's also pretty crazy enough as it is.
Yeah.
But
she deleted it right after, but
your
some things never
For
disappeared.
fuck's sakes.
Yeah. So yeah, now I guess we won't see Matt either on TV for a while. Because
he'll be back.
He'll be back probably in another
few
gimmick
weeks
or something. Yeah. But yeah. So quick recovery, get well soon, take care of yourself, and and that's it, man. You know, that's all I can wish you the best, and hopefully you can get back to your old self once your head is cleared from all this cloud.
Yeah, man. And if truly you feel like you can't, and the road, the trips on the road is what's getting you to do what you're doing, maybe consider a coaching position or something, or just nothing with wrestling at all. You seem to be a very creative individual with your music and your painting and your thing, maybe it's just time to consider another occupation, another job, another career. Because I don't know, man, you're gonna take one too many. The next DUI you get, you might not be so lucky. You might kill someone. You might go to jail for the rest of your life. I don't know how many chances you need, and I get that it's difficult. But at the end of the day,
it's not only about you no more. You don't want to become the next Sonny. It's the
yeah. You could have easily have been the next Sonny. Could have easily have been the next Sonny. And she's out of jail now, right?
Waiting trial, yeah.
Waiting trial. Oh, okay.
Still a Hall of Famer though.
No, didn't she sell her ring?
But I mean, she's still a Hall of Famer.
Still a Hall of Famer either way.
Yeah.
Oh, she's still in there. I thought they would have gotten rid of her or something.
No,
me too. No. The only one they actually did get rid of was Hulk Hogan, but they put him back after the whole incident. Yeah. So well, I don't know. I don't know. So
that was a lot of news.
Yeah, there was a lot of news. It's an hour full of news. So I think we covered everything. I think we covered everything news-wise. Yeah, so I guess SmackDown would be a good way to start. I was very impressed with this SmackDown. Because SmackDown without Roman Reigns in the last 2 years haven't usually panned out. Usually you start off with Roman, you start off the show Roman, you end it off the show Roman. But this one was, I enjoyed a bunch of good matches. The way I like a 2-hour program, I like it. Advance your storylines with some innovative promos and have some good wrestling on it to build up whatever you're building storylines. And I think Drew Sheamus always delivers as a wrestling match.
Sounded like you said Drew Sheamus. I'm just saying.
Drew Sheamus? No. To all my Jewish friends, no. Drew and Sheamus always pull out a good match. They have very good chemistry together, even though sometimes again, these two. But but
it was a fun match. Yeah,
fun match. It was a qualifier for the Money in the Bank, so I enjoyed that. Gunther versus Ricochet, new champion. Do you guys agree with this direction that they're taking?
I mean, I understand it, and they kind of gave Ricochet at least a fighting chance. They didn't squash Ricochet, so I was happy about that. But does Gunther really need the fucking title? I feel like you would have made more of a story with Ricochet beating Gunther than Gunther beating Ricochet.
Well, isn't Gunther new to the main roster?
Well, I mean, but he's a big dude. We know that he can wrestle. We know that he's great. Yeah, but I know they don't think anyone in NXT can understand, but I mean, give him a tag team thing with one of his guys or something, or give him. I don't think he needs the IC champion. I mean, maybe that might put eyes on the IC. Is it IC or US? I always
US.
US.
No, Intercontinental.
Intercontinental.
Okay. Yeah, this is why I agree with this, because I love Ricochet, and I think Ricochet has been treated unfairly since his arrival in the main roster. But I can definitely see why they want Gunther. Gunther is probably the next big star, and Gunther can, and I think he will bring back the like you said, the prestige to this title. This title wasn't supposed to be just a mid-card title. It was basically your next big star title. All the big guys back in the day, like Shawn Michaels, and only I think. Well, a lot of them didn't end up winning the world title. So, Honky Tonk Man, Roddy Piper, but it's still. I don't think you could call these guys mid carders at the same time. They're maybe lower main card. I guess would be a way to put it. And I think Gunther can bring a prestige that I think the last time this title had was maybe one of those Miz runs.
That's fair. Yeah.
That would be the last time it was actually relevant.
Miz or Cena,
yeah, Miz, Cena, or maybe even Cody before he left. The undashing Cody Rhodes. That was actually an okay run too. With the white belt when he brought back the white Intercontinental belt. So I think Gunther can do this, but he will have to defend the title almost on a weekly basis and give us I don't want to see squash matches as champion. I want to see good matches and Gunther coming out on top of these good matches. Give me as many chops as possible because those chops are just incredible. The noise when everybody
Get him
just
to
shuts
face
up.
Drew.
Yeah, that would be a good.
Give me Drew. Give me
good
Drew
rivalry.
against
Yeah.
Gunther, and that would be a fun time.
Yeah, that'd
And
be
then
a good
obviously
good rivalry.
Gunther going
Wouldn't
over.
that
Sorry, go ahead, John.
isn't like Drew supposed to be in the main picture with with Roman?
Yeah, it was supposed to, but then plans change apparently.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. So is Nakamura. You know that's
Yeah.
not happening either. It looks like. I don't know.
Okay, let's see. I guess let's see what Gunther can do with the title. I just don't want to now. Don't find something for Ricochet.
Please find something.
Don't
for
get him
Ricochet.
lost in the shuffle, please. He deserves better than that. At least in my
Definitely.
I won't be surprised if he gets released.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't be surprised too.
opinion. Yeah. Other fish to fry. Maybe people trying to keep him there because they know he'll shine somewhere else. Have other fishes to fry right now.
I mean,
And,
look, at the end of the day, though, I think they would release him just based off his promo skills. He's a phenomenal wrestler, but the dude cannot cut a promo for the life of him. He's
That's true.
almost
There's a lot of
as
guys
bad
who can
as
get-
Ronda.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys and girls who cannot do their promos and they're still there.
Such as
Finn Balor.
yeah, but Finn I feel
Ronda?
like Finn Balor is more Ronda is just a name though. That's a star
Yeah.
name. And you can't touch her. Finn, I think
Finn's still there because he sells merch.
And Natalia is there because she's a heart. And she sells merch too.
and she's a loyal employee for
she's been there
for over a decade there. Yeah.
You Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan, I mean,
She's a pretty woman on TV. That's what it is.
yeah, and Vince
And I
is
think she's a good
and
merch
Vince is
seller
pervert.
too, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what it is. That's what WWE is. It's not just about the work. It's if you
listen,
can work
somebody-
and make money.
To John to Big Red's defense here, there is somebody that stayed decade in the WWE, wasn't good on the mic, wasn't a big merch seller, and still stayed and signed renewed his contract every 3-4 years, and that's Cesaro until recently.
Thank you.
But he was one of the best workers, though. So you could throw Cesaro in
That's
any
the same
program. You don't have an opponent for one of your champions. Well, let's throw Cesaro in the program, and it's going to be good. You're going to have a few good matches with him. So there's also that with Cesaro.
Because he was a yes man, though. And
Oh, yes.
I think Ricochet is kind of the same way, too. He'll just take whatever you give him. Yeah, sure, guys. No problem. Apparently, Cesaro was like super nice backstage, too. He would say hi to everybody when he got into a building and all that. I don't know if that's just a WWE documentary like thing to make him look crazy good, but he seems like a genuine person. And I think maybe Ricochet is the same way. So that's why they like to keep those people, because they're the quote unquote, they'll do whatever I want them to do. Let's push them in there. And they're fan favorites to a certain extent. The fans will like seeing them. Great for house shows. They're good for house show people, though. So that's why they would maybe keep someone like Ricochet. And then Cesaro just kind of got fed up.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree with that. Riddle versus Sammy, also very good match on that SmackDown.
That was fun.
On that card. I like what Sammy's doing with leader of the locker room, trying to get in the bloodline.
Right.
Those two guys, man, we should be so proud of them being from here, man, because they're very good in the ring, outside the ring, on the mic. Whatever you give them, they make it work.
They make it work.
So love it. And then the ring.
Wasn't he supposed to beat him? If he beats Riddle, he'd be part of the bloodline. If he didn't beat Riddle would get.
But that's what I don't understand. That's the inconsistency of the stories in WWE. Because yes, the match was even Paul said if you win, you're in. If you lose, then it won't end good for you. So now we don't know what's gonna. I guess we'll see tomorrow how shit's gonna happen for Sammy. But I'm definitely seeing this bloodline storyline continue because Usos can carry that storyline by themselves.
Right.
They're not those type of guys, you know. So you need a Sami Zayn to fill in there to keep that storyline going.
I think it's more Paul Heyman that keeps it going than, not to say that Sami Zayn would be bad,
No, definitely we need to hear Paul Heyman more often. And I think glad that last week we did start to hearing more. The week before was not a lot of Paul Heyman, and we definitely felt it.
Right.
This week we felt him more picking up some of the load there, and that definitely helped. That definitely helped. It was and overall it was a good SmackDown. It was an okay SmackDown, much better than the Raw we had. Much better than the Raw we had. Guys, I don't have much for Raw, man. The only thing that's interesting to talk about is maybe what do you guys think about this whole Ezekiel and Elias showing up next week? What are we getting?
I mean, I the only way they can save this is they bring in Damian Sandow as like the new Elias. There was a hint that Ezekiel had mentioned that Elias was a little bit older now or something. They mentioned something like that, so I don't know what that necessarily means.
I'm here.
He's here. He's here.
He's
just hiding.
He's on the bowl, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, man, I'm a lurking brew. Perfect. Thanks for lurking, good sir. That's one of my Twitch streamers there. He's doing good. Caught a few fish today, so kudos to him. Fish.
Okay. It's so weird to just hear his voice pop out of nowhere.
Fish.
Fish de Português. No, not fish de Português. Just fucking regular fish. Yeah,
I did find that weird for him to say that Elias was a bit older, because that definitely has something to do with Elias showing up next week. So we're gonna see. I definitely. I
hope it's just not a beard patch and that's it. Like,
I think that's what it's gonna be. I don't think they're that creative to bring back Damian Sandow.
Well, because this whole when
or they just get a double gonger that looks exactly like him.
A double gong. Say that again. A double gonger.
What is it?
A doppelganger.
Doppelganger.
Oh, yes.
Double gonger.
What's the proper word?
Doppelganger.
Doppelganger. Okay, fair enough. He said hanger. All right. What the fuck?
I did say hanger. Double hanger.
He's allowed.
I did say that.
Yes,
because I did see
double.
I did see JLB mention this on social media, and then I started thinking, and then I remembered that this past weekend on NWA, what's his name? His real name? Anyways, Damian Sandow lost the title at the NBA. Whoa, NWA at NWA, and he announced after the match that he'll be taking a leave of absence. He'll be leaving NWA and going to Brazil to reevaluate his career. This is 1 week before all this. All speculation breaks out. The possibilities. We know with the gimmick that Damian played before getting released by WWE was the imitation. It started off with the imitation of Miz, which was the greatest.
That was awesome.
That was really good. And then it turned into an imitation of a bit everybody else. Every week it would come imitate somebody else. I think that would get a big reaction from the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it would.
And he's a bigger guy now too. He's kind of Elias built.
Yeah.
I would say he's a much bigger guy now. So maybe that's what they were. I hope that's it. I honestly, I would bring. It would at least put a little bit more faith of WWE Creative back for me if they ended up doing that, and it was Damian Sandow, because the guy already kind of semi looks like him, just usually with his beard and all that.
Yeah.
At his bigger physique. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I really hope they don't do the whole patch thing and put it on.
Because I don't see any other way than having that, or just having fuck Ezekiel and having Elias come back.
I mean, how is he going to grow a beard in a week, though?
Well, that's the beard is the problem.
They have makeup artists backstage. I think they'll do a good enough job that it's not going to look like a shitty patch job, but that's what it would be, obviously.
Yeah, because no way you can grow a beard that fast.
Here, take some crazy hormones.
I mean, look at Justin. He's been growing his beard for years. He's still got that patch underneath, that white spot on it.
Me too. My beard is like that too.
Oh man, I'm trying to grow it.
Growing a beard a few years ago.
Up. Yeah, that's it. But I look like I'm 14 without a beard. So you're gonna get the patch. Love the patch, damn it.
Phil, can I see your cards, please? When you buy a pack of cigarettes.
Legit. The beard is off. I'm like, oh, thank you. They're like, you're 33. I'm like, yeah. Can you give me my cigarettes, please?
You're 33.
See, even with the fucking beard, I get it. So,
yeah, that's basically what was
that was raw.
of interest.
I mean, you didn't like the pose down? That wasn't your go-to.
Yeah, because Austin Theory's biceps are huge.
I don't even.
Sorry, just Theory. It's not Austin no more.
Theory,
Sorry.
Theory. Yeah. What?
But AJ. Oh yeah. Also, AJ and Seth was a good match.
That was That should have been the main event, though. I don't know why they wouldn't have
Yes.
put that on the main event.
Thank you. I forgot to write down in my notes, but now that you mention it, yes, I was so pissed. I'm like, when I saw it come up, I wasn't looking at the time, and then I'm like, oh shit, it's already almost 11 o'clock. I went to go check. It was 9:30.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, what? I'm like, how is this not the main event? I go, they better have some great shit in the main event, and then it was the post. So I don't know, but it was a very good match. I'd like to see more of this this AJ versus Seth program continue a bit.
Please, yes, yes,
would be good. So now is AJ out of the Money in the Bank? Because was that a
qualifier? Yeah, it was a
qualifier, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is until there. It would be good for AJ to start like a little, because he says he's pissed about about beating up Cody. But if you're pissed about him doing that to Cody, where were you last week when he was with the sledgehammer and beating him up and making his pectoral tendon even worse than it was?
He could still find his way back into Money in the Bank somehow. Maybe he beats somebody.
Oh yeah, they've done it before. Yeah. My spot, I'll defend my spot against you, and they've definitely done that before. Even Riddle,
especially with Seth, you can even have a rematch with Seth or something, and Seth can be all that cocky. You know what I mean? Like he'll do something.
And look, Seth just lost three pay-per-views in a row, and that didn't affect him at all.
That's it. No,
at all. He's still on the poster. Hey, did you guys see the poster of Money in the Bank?
Yeah,
where it's kind of that from Batman. He's like, he's outside the police car and he's laughing.
Oh my god, really?
And there's money flying all over the place. So they're really playing on this Joker gimmick for Seth there. But he's a poster, so he's the main guy there. So that's why I think even more he will be winning that Money in the Bank ladder match, guaranteed. Riddle versus Ciampa. Wow, that disappointed me.
Well, it was such a squash.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly they still think Ciampa's
been on main event recently. Hasn't even been on Raw. We were asking last week, where has Ciampa been? Well, that's where he's been, on main event. And now today they bring him in. Monday they brought him in to get squashed. I understand that he was going to lose, but to squash, man, feel bad for Ciampa. And don't forget, this is the guy that didn't want to go to the main roster and get lost in the shuffle, and said he would rather go become a coach than go to the main roster. Ends up accepting a role in the main roster, ends up getting lost in the shuffle. So
he's going to be a coach very soon.
Well, I mean, I don't know why he would think they would do anything more with him, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's exactly what Vince doesn't like.
He was
older.
Probably, he was sold.
That's why he didn't want to go to the main roster.
He was sold a bill of goods that he believed in, and they screwed him over. That's all.
That's probably.
I just don't get why anyone doesn't learn. Like, I don't like, unless Cody. I get why he didn't learn, because he's probably getting a shit ton of money. So he's like, at the end of the day, you know what? If I get fucked, just give me that world title, and then afterwards, I really don't give a shit what you did with me. Give me my money. I'm cool. Boom.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, but Cody's a big name.
Cody's
you just answered it right there. It's all about this. That's why he did it.
Yeah, but I mean, how much more really could he have done to give? I don't see them. You know, I don't know how much Ciampa was getting paid in NXT necessarily.
I'm sure he's in the mid-hundreds.
Yeah.
Well, now mid-hundreds. So maybe in NXT was around maybe 2-3.
150, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's a nice price jump. That's fair. I or maybe he's just content. He's pulling a Finn Balor too. He's like, you know what? Fine, give me a little bit more money. Cool.
I'll ride the wave.
I'll just ride the wave, and that's it.
It could be. It's because he is.
You have to look at it that way. You really do, because I just don't see why. As you get older, especially, you're just kind of like, you know what? Fine. I'll at least still kind of wrestle, and whatever. I'll do these house shows and all that, and that's it. Because the whole point is, I think they're kind of more doing it for the house shows because at least they'll get to wrestle. And maybe they think they'll prove themselves there because obviously in the main roster on the TV shows, they'll just do whatever the hell they want to do. And Dunn is writing whatever the hell he's writing, and Bruce is doing whatever the hell he's doing. So that's kind of their chance to still wrestle and still get at least a decent amount of money for it. I think the house shows is what kind of keeps that going for some of these wrestlers at least.
Yeah, and there's still some hope because some guys still like. The Sammys, the Kevin Owens, the Cody's coming back, the way he was booked. So there's still hope there for these guys. Maybe I'm going to be able to.
There's no hope. No, there's no hope because these guys cannot talk on the mic. These guys can't pull a KO, can't pull a Sammy, can't pull a Cody. You know what I mean? That's
I definitely agree. Yeah, they're not as. I think Ciampa can talk, but he's definitely not as creative as those guys. That's for sure.
Right.
He can, I guess, maybe scripted. If he gets handed good scripts or good texts, he can deliver them. But if it's to come up with his own script or his own text or his own guides to what he needs to say, I guess maybe that's a bit harder because I don't think Ciampa's was bad. Like his Gargano feud was
has he done any comedic? Has he done any kind of comedic thing?
Well, the Goldie.
Yeah, I guess a bit. Well, when he was champion a bit, it was like his belt. He was calling his belt Goldie.
Okay. I think that kind of works for him, though. I know you don't want to necessarily put him in that comedic sector of things because not all of them get taken seriously. But that thing when he says, "Oh, what do you mean?" I can understand that they almost look the same. Like when KO was talking to him, like I thought that was great by him. You know what I mean? He said one little stupid thing, but he sounded comfortable and he probably was just being himself or whatever. But I think that might kind of work with Ciampa here instead of being a serious go-to guy. And Vince will just never take him seriously. So if you kind of just put that comedic aspect to it, maybe get him to work with KO, get him to work with, not Cody. Cody's out, but get him to work with KO or something and get something going there. I don't know. I think trying the comedic factor might be because that's how I kind of noticed Ciampa in the main roster. Kind of, I was just like, that was a funny little moment line, still kind of memorable. I'm like, maybe that's what he needs. Maybe this whole serious thing does not work for him in the main roster. NXT, he was built like a champion. Yeah, it was great, but you're not dealing with the same writers anymore.
It's exactly, and it seems like they're just using him as a spare tire type of thing. So, okay, we needed this extra person in the whole Theory Mustafa Ali thing. We throw Ciampa. We need an extra guy to face, to be part of a backstage segment with Elias and KO. Okay, we'll throw Ciampa. We need somebody to face Riddle in a squash on Raw. Okay, we'll send Ciampa. So that usually when they start doing that, it's not good news for you. So
right.
I'm sorry for Ciampa, but you deserve better. But that's the way it's going to be sometimes on the main roster. That's what it is. So that's WWE. We can definitely jump on to what was a great.
What's up, Mr. J Napper? Thank you for coming on in, good sir. You'll learn a little bit about wrestling.
Oh yes. And if you're going to learn,
he's one of those that wrestling is fake.
If he's going to learn, it's going to be from me and KC, not you, Justin. I'm sorry.
I'm here too,
Oh, that's right. Yes, I forgot. Sorry. My bad.
He's like, don't forget me, guys. But yeah, let's get to AEW. What was a great Dynamite?
Okay, I don't like this guy. He seems all fake.
Hey, it's predetermined. We like to use the term predetermined.
Predetermined.
But yeah, Dynamite was a great show. What did you guys think about the overall Dynamite, man?
I thought it was great, except for one thing.
I think we might be talking about the same thing. What was your thing?
The 20-on-1 handicap match.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot that. That's how unrelevant that was.
UFC is better. Okay,
it's all fake.
I mean, UFC is just completely different. Oh Jesus, it's
It's
not
predetermined.
You know what's also not predetermined? Their paychecks. Because if you're not a big star in the UFC, you're getting paid very shit. Whereas at least in WWE, that's predetermined paychecks because it's a salary.
Okay, let's stay on track now. Come on.
Yeah, I didn't mind it though. I thought it was gonna be worse, technically.
Oh, come on. It's just like the squash matches that Wardlow's doing is just like, enough.
Mhm.
You know, it's like, you know, yeah, but it's
I preferred the part where Tyron Woodley comes in at the end of the match than the match itself.
yeah, but it's just like, you know, like Goldberg, even though he had a lot of matches where he won, but some of his matches lasted a little bit more than 5 minutes. I mean,
And there weren't just the power bombs or the jackhammers.
The Lance Archer one was the only one that gave you a little bit of a hint where it's like, oh, this might last more than 5 minutes, but at the end of the day, it was a squash.
Yeah, it was definitely a squash. And what I don't like, when Wardlow is fighting off a lot of people like that, is when they there's 20 guys on you. And then they all go jumping like in the cartoons, right?
Yeah,
I get the point there. You're trying to make him look like
you want to
he's
make him look
big,
strong, but
guy,
come on.
But I'm sorry, you have 10 guys on you. You're not just gonna.
If they continue this
Some
way,
of those dudes were huge, man. Like, come on now.
They might hurt him. Yes, you're totally right, Jeff. If they continue this way, people will start laughing at it more than being impressed by it.
Yeah,
you might become just a joke.
He could. It's I don't know. I got distracted by that. I saw Justin's name written on the screen. I lost my train of thought. No, but it's just that's the thing. If you want to build him as a top singles wrestler, okay, fine. You do your squashes every now and then, but it's ridiculous. No, I think it's too much.
No, you got to start giving.
So what's he gonna do? He's gonna squash Scorpio Sky and
for the title. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. I wouldn't make him win the belt. Maybe, probably. But I would definitely not make it
at least 10-15 minutes at least.
No, I mean, what else does this guy do? Like, I felt like he did more back when he was facing like Cody. Remember when he had that steel cage match with Cody?
No, but he's a good worker. He's a good. But that's the thing that's annoying is that he's a good worker. Like for his size, he can move around. He's pretty quick for a big guy like that. Right. So show what the guy can do instead of just 3-4 power
it's time
bombs.
For him to start performing like 10, well, not maybe 10 is a bit too low, but 12 to 15 minute matches where he looks good, Now you've passed the destroying part. Now show me that he's good in the ring, and then that's the next phase. And then show me that he can carry a belt, the TNT. There's steps. There's steps to take here, and they seem like wanting to stay on that first step because he's really over.
But
they should have stopped it. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Does he really need the TNT title?
Yeah, he has to have some belt to get him over. He can't just do it on just.
No, I don't see him just winning the world title right away without ever winning anything else before. There has to be stepping stones, and he has to conquer each level.
So why didn't you just put him in the All Atlantic tournament then?
Well, that's because I think they don't.
Was there already an American in the tournament?
Yeah. Is there?
Probably.
Well, technically, Japan is that's not supposed to be there, so that's a different story.
Well, yes, that's another story about the All Atlantic, but as I think I don't see another American now off the top of my head.
I don't think there was an American in there. I could be wrong. I don't know.
But because there's definitely the guy is over. You see the reaction of the crowd. It's just like I said, I fear that they're not doing it. They're not doing it the right way. And I think they had another plan, Tony Khan, for the All Atlantic, and his plan he sees bigger things for Wardlow. So maybe he has a plan, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt so far.
And he pushed the world title off of Wardlow technically because Wardlow was supposed to be number one in the rankings, right? Yeah. Wardlow never lost technically, and then randomly they changed the rankings and Mox is first. Cool. Speaking of Mox versus Tanahashi, I believe it is, right?
Yeah.
Yep. That's forbidden.
Very good, Jay. Very good. You're learning.
I was going to say Ibushi.
There's a first time for everything.
Yes, there's a first time for everything. Absolutely. Now I've seen Tanahashi against Jericho. I believe is what I saw like a few years back. So I've seen a little bit of Tanahashi, and this looks like it could be a pretty fun match.
Yeah.
And
I think it was a good promo too. A good way to build up the match.
I didn't get the match that Jericho announced.
Oh, it's gonna be 3 versus 3.
It's just gonna be Japanese against US guys. That's all.
That's all it is.
Just like a 3-way AEW versus New Japan thing. That's all.
Well,
who is the other guy?
No, wait.
No,
because Wheeler Yuta is on the other team,
US
right?
side. Yeah,
Wheeler Yuta, Eddie Kingston, and who's the third guy?
Wheeler Yuta, Eddie Kingston, and I wrote it in my thing here.
I didn't understand nothing.
Okay, so it's going to be Sammy, Jericho, and Suzuki. Sorry,
Yes.
versus Eddie Kingston, Yuta, and
Okay.
Umino.
Okay,
Umino.
that's it. Umino, yeah. So
I
that's
got it,
the
sorry.
funny guy, right? The guy that does the funny skits and the comedy skits, or like the more of the comedy wrestler in New Japan.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's I guess it's more of a click. It's that chaos click against the
Suzuki click.
Yeah, that's it. Against the Jericho Appreciation Society, which have new members.
Oh.
Well, only two. Only two.
No.
Technically. I don't think Archer's in it officially. I think Archer is just there as part of
Archer is
Suzuki
the Suzuki Gun fraction, yeah.
It's just Tay Conti and Sammy that's technically in it.
But you can't,
Desperado too?
yeah, no, Desperado's in the
Suzuki's Goon.
Suzuki Gun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it's only Ty and
Was it not Suzuki Goon?
No. It's Big Red's chiming in, and we just hear like
Suzuki Goon.
Suzuki Gun.
I was definitely. How many times are we going to see Sammy join and leave a Jericho faction?
That's the only way this guy gets over.
Yeah, that's it. That's what Tony realized.
His singles run didn't work. No one gave a shit about it.
Right.
Okay, he has his little high spot matches. That's it. Now it's like, okay, let's put him on TV with his wife. They're gonna make out on live TV. That's the only way the guy gets over because he's associated with Jericho. That's it. Hey, there you go. See, he chimed in again without. We're not really quite sure what he said.
For
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. Okay.
That was definitely a good way to get heat for the Jericho Appreciation Society, though.
And it was nice swerve. I wasn't expecting Sammy. I was kind of excited that it was going to be Fuego del Sol.
Yeah.
But then I was kind of like, at least I gave the guy something.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Just like felt happy from. Oh yes, he got some TV time.
I mean, he's got some TV time.
And it's
I don't know.
friend.
Maybe he got a little push.
I think this.
And then I saw his body. I'm like, oh, that's. Sammy.
I think this hurts the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Wow, really?
Because I think if they would have just kept it, them five guys, yeah. If they would have kept it just them five, it worked fine. It made sense. Now you add Sammy in, it's like come on. It made sense them five. They didn't need Sammy because the faction was already
more Sammy that needs them for sure.
Yeah, but the faction was already over on its own. They didn't need Sammy.
Yeah,
but I don't think Sammy's going to hurt it either to put Sammy in there.
Technically, because somebody's got to lose some airtime from that faction. Yeah. And technically, is the 2.0 going to lose?
No, it'll be Daniel. It'll be Daniel Garcia.
True that. Yeah. True that.
And he's okay.
And I feel like Garcia is better than Sammy, to be honest.
In every way, even on the mic.
Well, on the mic, definitely for sure. No doubt.
Even in the ring too. It's not just high spots. It's
no. He's a technical wrestler. He knows he's definitely good in the ring.
Unless one of them leaves.
He's definitely. Yeah.
Oh, says the guy who left his camera off during our podcast. Yes.
At least I didn't leave it off because I didn't shave my beard properly.
Shots fired. Blah, blah.
Someone's butt hurt from 3 months ago. Jeez.
Wait a minute. Am I missing something here?
Because I didn't have my camera on during an episode. Oh. And I'm like, oh, it's because I shaved.
I was wondering, maybe you guys.
Oh, it's true. Now I remember. Good reference. Me. He kept that one in for a while there.
He did. He really was. I'm going to get him back one time. Wait.
I wrote my notes on that.
he put a note on his fridge. Don't forget that
Don't
day.
forget.
For you, JLB, for Mister that hasn't seen Will Ospreay in many matches, what did you think of the match versus Dax?
Match of the night. That was definitely match of the
agree.
night. That was very fun. He reminds me of he reminds me kind of like, he's not necessarily a shoot fighter though, but he does have a lot of like, he reminds me of a mix between like a little Riddle, a little Nakamura, and then a little Johnny
Ricochet.
Elite. And Ricochet, mixed with a little Ricochet too. I mean, what can't the guy do? And against freaking Dax Harwood, Jesus,
There's starting
totally
to be a
different.
Go ahead.
Totally different styles, but it worked perfectly.
Yeah. But it worked, and there's starting to be a common denominator in the recent 4.5 5-star matches on AEW. They all involve fucking Dax Harwood.
The guy's phenomenal. Oh my god, that German suplex that he gave on.
I know where you're jumping a little bit ahead, but these guys have to win the AEW tag team titles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't have another year run with the Young Bucks. Please don't. Unless they're gonna turn babyface because of Red Dragon. But no, come on, you can't do that.
Well, they are going to though, for sure. I think that's what's gonna end up happening.
Yeah, but I should be a result that because they lose to FTR. No, they'll lose the belts to FTR. And because of Red Dragon interference, and FTR will have both ROH and AEW titles.
I feel like that's
the best tag team in wrestling right now, hands down.
Yeah,
hands down.
I agree.
Even back when they were in NXT, man, we didn't, I guess, say it as much, but they were still fire then.
It was hard to get the Revival to have these matches because the caliber of tag teams wasn't as good as AEW. Well, so you'd see that they're great, but you didn't see the matches that you're like, "Ooh, that was a sick match," because the competition weren't on their level.
I think it's also too that WWE doesn't put much emphasis in the tag team division than AEW does.
Oh yeah, well if the ones you remember the most from the Revival are the ones against the Usos, and there's something there. It's because they're two of the best tag teams in the world. But other than that, you don't have much good tag teams in WWE, so it's hard for them to showcase their talent.
Yeah.
And so, are we getting Orange Cassidy versus
Will Ospreay? Yeah,
that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. I think they swerved from the trend.
Have they feuded in the Indies? Because I almost felt like Will Ospreay was annoyed.
Well, I don't know if they feuded.
Okay, but it's nothing big.
I think it's just because they kind of attacked Best Friends, and they attacked Trent, and he's a part of the Best Friends with Orange Cassidy. So,
and I think Will Ospreay plays the gimmick of kind of a purist in wrestling.
Oh, okay. It's just like, who is this Joker? Okay,
probably something like that. I don't know if they've had an encounter. I kind of see something in my head.
I just got that vibe.
Of OC of Orange Cassidy just doing those kicks to Will Ospreay, and Will Ospreay not being impressed. But I don't know if that's actually Will Ospreay that I have in my head pictured, or if it's just from another indie match. But yeah, I think that could be good. I like the pop. I definitely prefer, and nothing to take away from Trent Beretta, but I definitely prefer Orange Cassidy versus Will Ospreay than a Trent Beretta versus Will Ospreay.
Well, Trent is gonna Trent will be in a tag team match of some sorts with what's his name?
Rocky Romero.
Well, yeah, because and that's the New Japan tie-in. Yeah. So obviously,
you're right, actually, because I think there is a trios match announced. I don't know if it's for Forbidden Door or next week, where Rocky. I always forget their tag team. What's their tag team name?
Roppongi Vice.
Roppongi Vice and somebody else versus another trio. I just saw it before. Now I don't remember.
There could also be maybe another tag team that pops up on Dynamite in the coming weeks that sets up a tag match with those two. I mean, they've feuded with a lot of tag teams in New Japan, so.
Well, we know that FTR is probably going to defend their titles against Jeff Cobb, which are the new champions in in
Yeah.
IWGP.
Yeah.
Jeff Cobb and what's the other guy? Khan?
Yeah,
Would be
Khan.
Yeah. So that's going to be a good match too. I like Jeff Cobb. I don't know much about Khan, but I always did like Jeff Cobb. And FTR, like we said, probably the best in the business. So we know that's going to come out on top.
That's official? That's what's going down?
It's maybe not official right now, but you kind of think it would. I wouldn't be surprised if it's made official in the coming weeks leading up to the pay-per-view.
Well, we have a swerve from the Adam Page calling out Okada last week, and Adam Cole telling him, well, wait a second, there's still a match at Dominion where Okada has to defend his title. And what happens? Jay White wins the title. And now Jay White says it won't be Adam Page and it won't be Adam Cole. Could it be a triple threat or a four-way match involving those two, though?
I see a four-way.
Yeah. With Okada in there? I hope so.
With Okada.
I heard rumors that Okada won't be at Forbidden Door.
It's gonna hurt that pay-per-view if he's not there.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to be somewhere. I would like to see Okada more in just a one-on-one though. The four-way, I think, would take away a little bit from him. Not to say that it would be bad, but I would like to see him just in a one-on-one.
The most I would go. I agree with you totally. The most I would go would be a triple threat. Jay White, Adam Page, and Okada. Yeah, that's the most I would go.
But then what happens to Moxley?
Well,
no, Moxley's facing Tanahashi.
It's Tanahashi. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, for the AEW title, where that one is for the IWGP.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I don't know if do you like the new belt? I kind of like the old one.
The IWGP.
Yeah,
no, I don't like those. The point.
I like the old IWGP.
Yeah. That looked like a real heavyweight championship belt.
Yeah.
But I don't see why how New Japan is their first big show to promote their company in North America and not have the Rainmaker there to be part of that promotion.
Well, didn't they do the San Francisco event a few years ago? It's not as big as Forbidden Door, but I mean they did that one, no?
Yeah, they did that one, and if I'm not mistaken, he was at all in.
All in,
yes. He was at All In, so
this is it's a bigger scale,
yeah. And this is actually like the other one was him lending. Well, in All In it was NWGP. NWGP, New Japan Pro Wrestling. I was mixing the title name and the company name, but New Japan Pro Wrestling. Actually, this is not them lending wrestlers for another organization or another show. This is actually them in conjunction with the AEW trying to get into the American market. So you have to put Okada.
Is it safe to say that every match on this card is just like you can't say anything negative about it?
So far, yeah.
I mean, the Moxley Tanahashi, I think, is going to be awesome. I don't know if it's going to be main event. Well, I think so.
I think they mentioned it was main event. Yeah,
main event on the
probably.
event. Yeah,
it would be the smart way to do it. Yeah,
I would like to see the four-way match for the All Atlantic belt. Seems interesting too. I think Miro would win it. You know, I mean,
who do we have so far? We have Miro.
Well, there's going to be Miro. It's probably most likely.
And Pac won last week, right? So Pac, Miro, and then we still have two guys to find out.
We're still waiting two other. Okay.
So the Japanese guy and the other one that will know on Rampage, right?
Yeah, it's Malachi Black and somebody else.
Yes, my God, short-term ready. Check for us, JLB.
I'm checking. Rampage this week.
I really hope to see is Brian and Zach.
Well, they also mentioned that because Zach Sabre Jr. called out Daniel Bryanson, saying he's the best technical wrestler in the world. Apparently, Brian Danielson acknowledged it and had maybe a response, but I didn't read that yet.
Yeah, that's going to be another kid. If that happens, my God,
that could be a show stealer. Yeah, that could be a show stealer. There. Zach Sabre Jr. versus Daniel Bryanson. Daniel Bryanson. Brian Danielson. His name changes are screwing.
We say that he's our Dean Malenko. Zach?
Who? Our
generation.
Oh, okay. Yes, Zack Sabre you're talking about? Yeah, that would be a fair comparison, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is he's not as exposed, like unless you really follow in the
Japan. You don't. Many people don't even know who Zack Sabre Jr. is. Yeah. definitely.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what they're trying to do here. Is they're trying to get exposure for these wrestlers that nobody knows
He was in
much about.
He was in the Cruiserweight Classic, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. Good eye there. Yes, he was. He was definitely in the Cruiserweight Classic.
I think
and it-
Justin's taking an awful long time to find out.
It's
some
not on
further.
Rampage. It's not on
Looking at
Rampage.
Cody's
okay, so it has to be on Dynamite because that would be the go home show.
Yeah.
So it has to be on Dynamite. It's Malachi Black because he's the Netherlands, right? Penta Obscuro.
Yeah.
Penta
Yeah,
Obscuro.
but he has to win though. It's going to be Malachi because the Lucha Brothers can't be there.
Why?
It's because of
Right.
the AAA or the CMLL thing that conflicts with.
True. That's why Andrade can't be there either.
Correct.
Because the
Yeah.
Lucha Brothers, I think I saw it on the internet that they're
So
not.
that
gonna
was
be
a
at the
stupid
Grand-
booking then.
Well, it
because-
doesn't matter. You kind of figured Malachi Black would be
Well,
a
because
part
no,
of that event.
Andrade tweeted about it.
No.
Now that you mention it, Andrade tweeted about it. He says, "Thank you, AAA and SMLL. For that, I will not, because of you or whatever. I will not paraphrasing. I will not be at the Forbidden Door.
I
Thank
think
you."
it's one of them that has a problem with New Japan, right? That's why they're not going to be on the show.
I think is they're not allowed to wrestle in New Japan. That like specifically, I don't know why. I don't know for what.
I mean, it's a joint promotion event, so I mean, I don't know why that would be a problem.
That would be a
but
thing.
Yeah.
it's
Then
about-
why the fuck do you have Andrade as the Joker? Why would you just waste
Oh,
a
in the
Joker
battle royal also.
in the
Yes,
battle
of course.
royal? I mean,
Yep.
I maybe he didn't obviously tweet it by then there, but and no one knew. But I mean, it was such a stupid Joker. Yeah, buddy, you're gonna get your ass kicked in COD later. Don't worry about it.
Like cod, is that kind of fish you like?
Oh Jesus! Dave, that's
Bacala,
crazy.
yeah.
I know cod is Call of Duty. I know what it is.
All right, just making sure. I don't think you do.
It just makes matters worse the fact that he's off screen and these random pop-ins.
But I was disappointed in Ethan Page and Miro match. Bunch
it was okay. I mean, it was to be expected. I think. I don't think Ethan Page was going to put it. It was fine. He wrestled fine, but it was.
A
really love
few missed spots, not missed spots. A few missed not botches. They weren't really botches. Well, yeah, they're botches. Miro missed his kick. Was blatantly could blatantly see it in right before his finisher. Could blatantly see it on camera. A few, I don't know. It didn't seem like they had their heart in this match. I've seen better from both.
Yeah.
So
That's fair.
maybe it was.
Yeah.
There's also the possibility that the other matches on the card were so good that made that match look not as.
Yeah,
not as
you
good.
maybe also needed like a slow down match too.
Exactly.
You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, I think it was going to be shit either way. I honestly can't stand Miro matches, so I think Ethan Page has definitely done a lot better, for sure. So
Mhm. Yeah. So that's what I got to say about that.
Guys, Okada's not gonna be there.
That's, because that's what I heard also. And
Because,
that's why I don't understand.
Because
Like
his wife,
unless he's not allowed or something, I don't know. That
No,
wouldn't make
because,
sense.
his wife is gonna be giving birth around that time.
Oh, valid reason.
damn.
Valid reason. Can't
What the fuck,
complain
Tony
on
Khan? You should have like realized this was a thing.
that. He's like the guy. Like he's like the Ric
Hey,
Flair of
yeah,
I don't
New
think.
Japan. So
Well, you have Tanahashi on the card, so
yeah,
Yeah.
and he's ace, right?
He's
So-
ace. So yeah.
So we're okay. I was very impressed with Britt versus Tony Storm. Also, very good match.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is Britt? I mean, is Storm more over than Britt?
Well, I think
No.
everyone's just fed up a Brit.
No, I don't think so. It's just it was her time to give.
Because some reactions I've seen, some reactions of over Tony were very loud or very big, and I didn't get the same reaction from the DMD when she put on her glove. Usually, I get a pretty sounding. Everybody saying the DMD, and it felt like there was missing there a bit. I don't think it would hurt her to take some weeks off.
I think you
the
let her
loss
lose.
the loss doesn't hurt her though. She,
Oh no, I don't think the loss hurts her. No,
If anything, I think you just start letting her lose a bit more to help the other women in the division, kind of
Yes,
thing.
'cause
The
that could
loss
put
is
over-
never gonna help her lose, so.
yeah,
And I'm really excited for Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa. That should be a great match too.
Did you guys read the comments about Thunder Rosa?
Yeah, Shafira with what
Yeah.
happened with Shafira. A lot of stiff shots and a lot of non-selling apparently. she came out and rebutted these whoever said this. Says it's not true. She likes everybody, and but apparently she's pissed about her TV time. So that's what I guess she thought was a good idea.
Who's pissed? Marina Shafir?
No. Thunder Rosa is
Rosa.
pissed that as champion she doesn't get the recognition and the respect she deserves, and the TV time she deserves. So I don't see how that would help in that situation. You go out and do a no sell and a stiff match with Shafira, you know, which probably Shafira, and nothing to take away from Thunder Rosa. She looks like a badass, but it's like Shafira is like a machine, no? It's like an MMA machine or something.
Right.
I think she could definitely hurt Thunder Rosa in real life.
Is that the peanut gallery?
What?
Was that Big Red's phone?
That's not
No,
our
it was my phone that was ringing.
the peanut gallery?
No one calls me.
Yeah, so because they can't see you, so they don't. But yeah, maybe Toni Storm will be the next AEW Women's Champion.
Yeah, it's looking like that, and honestly, I really don't mind. I think it's about time that Toni Storm gets that recognition. She was great in WWE. Just they didn't really give a shit about her, so I think she's definitely well deserving. And Thunder Rosa is great and all, but I don't think necessarily Thunder Rosa needs it either. You know, she had it for a bit.
No, and I think she's better as the underdog.
Yeah,
right?
That's probably it too. Yeah.
So that would make sense.
I don't know how Tony is on the mic though. Storm.
So don't you watch Dynamite?
I mean, I do. I just don't recall hearing her on the mic.
What do you? Yeah, she cut promos on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think she did one this week, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no.
Yeah, she did. She did one. She did one backstage promo.
Yes, she did one this week, and I heard her on the when was it on the podcast? I think was with Renee. Yeah, with Renee, where she seems like she doesn't hold back, so I don't think it's a problem the mic for her. So she seems okay with that. I'm okay with Tony. So
yeah,
go for it.
The women's division is very, very good. I like the way
they're getting better. They're getting better. Definitely getting better. Jade gets better every week. I think Hathaway is a big addition to Jade.
Do you think what would help Britt? Maybe she turns babyface.
I think that would be the plan for her. Keep her away from TV for a month or so. Bring her back as a big babyface. Yeah. See how over she is when she's.
She could be Jade's first loss.
Interesting. Yeah.
Interesting. Doesn't agree. It's just interesting.
I think that could be a very possibility. If someone is going to take away that belt from Jade and like,
I don't think you need to give it to Britt though.
No,
I don't think
if she's
not right away.
If she's off of TV for a little while, you know, because if it's not Ruby Soho, then you keep Britt off of TV for a while.
Ruby Soho. Sorry.
Unless it's the first one to take the title from Jade and to give an L to Jade was gonna be Mercedes.
No,
not Mercedes Martinez. Mercedes. Trying to remember her real name. Sasha Banks. I'm trying to say.
Oh.
Maybe. Oh, I mean that could be a very possibility. Yeah, if
that would be a great way to introduce Sasha. And it wouldn't hurt Jade too much because you lost to probably the GOAT or one of the GOATs.
The GOAT.
One of the GOATs, okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, main event, guys. What did you guys think about the main event?
I didn't watch it. I don't like the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was a very entertaining match, though.
No, I saw some of it, but that's why it's like I'm not quite sure. Like I get that it was time to take it off of Jurassic Express, but like I said earlier, not a year run again.
So you're telling me you missed the Christian turn?
Yeah, I must have. Yeah.
Oh no,
that was fucking epic.
Oh no, don't tell me.
Did you miss the
because
Christian
I turned
turn?
off the TV after the pin. After they took the belt.
That was like the best part. Christian is such a badass.
Oh,
He-
I gotta go
he-
watch it
he-
again.
oh,
Shit,
you
man.
definitely have to. You went in. So Christian went into the ring. He was helping Jungle Boy. The ref was helping him out of the ring. Christian then takes Jungle Boy, does the fucking impaler, and then you see him get up, and Christian takes off his jacket. He has his Christian
If
jacket.
if
shirt on.
exactly how it happened is the way you're showing it, then I'm not excited at all.
And you're missing out because
like
this right here, ladies and gentlemen,
like this and like
is
what is that?
excitement. Excitement.
Oh, Jesus.
And then
yeah.
so he goes to the outside of the ring. He grabs a chair, a little concerto for Mr. Jungle Boy.
Oh,
And
so that would be
just-
Jungle Boy's first single feud,
Yeah.
which could be fire, which could be
very- yeah.
fire.
What do you do with Luchasaurus though?
Are you
I
think
don't know. You
think
bring
you
in
gotta
the Dark
repackage,
Order
no?
or something, or you repackage.
The Dark. Oh, come on. He's gonna be Stu Grayson's replacement in the Dark Order.
That's it, exactly.
with Evil Uno? Imagine Evil Uno and
Oh, but-
Lucha Order or whatever.
Lucha
Dark.
Order.
Lucha.
Lucha Order. I mean, he's a great wrestler too, though. It's just, I don't know, man, lose this mask or do something or just don't be a dinosaur
Everyone,
anymore.
most people know what the guy looks like anyway. He was on national TV for months when he was on Big Brother. So
That's it.
let's lose the mask.
Let's lose the mask. And I think
Oh, he was
even
on Big
have-
Brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was on Big Brother. And you know what's funny? When what's his name? Brody King was on Jericho's podcast.
Mhm.
He used to work as a behind the scenes on TV shows, and he actually worked on the season that Luchasaurus was on Big Brother.
Wow, small world.
Yeah, that reaction was weird, Justin, but okay. What the hell was that?
I don't know. It's my go-to little.
But wasn't he?
okay.
Didn't he do a tryouts for WWE too? Right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
NXT.
Yeah, I'm okay.
It's gonna
I
go.
like his kicks. I like some of his spots. I just think like he's
The-
one of
the-
those. He's one of those guys that likes to wait for spots. He doesn't know
Yeah.
what to do in between spots.
Right.
So maybe
Maybe
work on that.
A change of gimmick. I think.
Yeah, a repackaging,
Yeah.
change a gimmick would be the way to go. Because this match originally was supposed to be a triple threat with the Hardys.
Yeah.
Do you guys think the Hardys were supposed to win that match?
I would say so.
Me too. I think they had to turn on a dime this and give it to the Young Bucks because of what happened with Jeff. Because I definitely think that was the way they were going to go. It seemed at least that way. They were getting Jeff more and more over. They were starting to get into that feud with the Young Bucks. They had the win over the Young Bucks.
People, I think, they were believing in Jeff Hardy again. So that's why it's like when the news broke of his DUI, it's like, shit, man. It looked like he was on the right track.
I think it's the safe way to go. I guess by giving it to the Bucks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Jurassic Express wasn't doing shit with it. So
that's it.
honestly,
And you need another new big baby face, and I guess Jungle Boy can be that for them.
Yeah.
So it seemed like it made sense. But I definitely I've been on their backs from jumping from spot to spot. I think yes, obviously this match had a lot of that, but I think it had more of a free flow than I'm used to seeing from Jurassic Express and Young Boys, especially Young Bucks when they're together. So when they're facing each other. So it was definitely some good. The Canadian Destroyers, some nice stuff that I saw. It was a good main event. I'm not going to complain as a main event. I definitely understand Jeff and his criticism.
spot fest galore with Young Bucks.
Yes,
Yeah.
that we're used to. We know what we're getting. That's why I don't put Young Bucks in the GOAT conversation of tag teams because of that. But I definitely recognize they could.
I don't know. I'd put them top 10.
Yeah, top 10 is fair, but when you talk about GOAT, you're more about the top 5. You know, and I don't think they're dead.
Top 10.
They're not on the They're not on the Mount Rushmore of tag team.
Exactly.
That's fair. Yeah.
Exactly. That would be a good way to put
That's
it. I agree. When they absolutely see themselves as that.
Right.
Which makes it worse, you know?
They believe their own hype.
Well, I mean, I feel like if anything, they brought tag team wrestling back to popularity, though, because when they started to relevancy in that regard. So I would give them credit for that. because for a long time we didn't have really any fucking tag teams.
That's
the Young
true.
Bucks is the reason why we kind of got more crazier people like Private Party or Street Profits or
But they got over big time in Bullet Club. Okay, like they shot up
Yeah.
in Bullet Club, but
Okay.
they were background dancers to Gallows and Anderson in Bullet Club.
really.
They were. I mean, come on. They were junior tag team champions for the longest time. Gallows and Anderson, that was the tag team in Bullet Club. That's what
Right.
because Anderson cut funny promos. He was good on the mic. That was the main
Yeah,
tag team in
definitely.
that faction. And then after when they went to WWE, then they kind of slotted themselves into that position. But
Right.
Well,
I
definitely
just-
there were in New Japan. There were definitely the behind the Gallows and Anderson. Definitely, I think though their cockiness and their attitude, being part of the Bullet Club, made them even more popular than they were, because their attitude fit in the Bullet Club attitude, like NWO kind of attitude.
it seemed cheesy though. I like the Bullet.
Well, they are cheesy.
I like the Young Bucks better as baby faces. Because as
Mm.
heels, I'm not buying it. I don't know. That's just me. I'm not
No,
buying
because
them as
they're
heels.
yeah. Because I don't. Yeah,
No,
I guess
but they're playing more douches though, right?
Yeah,
I
douchebags
mean,
than-
and they kind of look like
real villains.
douchebags. And
Yeah, but
real
it's not
villains,
it's
like-
not the right kind of heat though. There's a difference between getting heat when it works, and you can say, "Oh shit, okay, that's a tag team that's getting heat and it works."
I would agree they are better as faces, though. I
Yeah.
would agree with that.
There you go.
Yes, that's fair. But I don't know about heat. Me, heat is heat. If people hate you, it's good. I don't
Yeah.
care why they hate you, especially if they're reacting to you. What
Unless it's
what I'm
booty
scared of? What I'm scared of is indifference. That's when you're a problem. Is when you're coming out to the ring and or nobody gives a fuck about you. That's when it's a problem. But when you're getting booed, like overwhelmingly, then that's a reaction. Sometimes even a better reaction than a cheer. Sometimes depends of what story you're telling. But yes, I understand that the their douchiness. I don't even know if that's a word, but their douchiness definitely gets me nervous. You know, the fact that you act like that, like a tough guy, but I can break you in 2 seconds.
But that's why I say it's the almost the wrong kind of heat, because you could have a heel that you could hate because it just works, like the character works, whereas them it's
Okay,
their
yeah.
douchiness where you're getting almost it's irritating you to watch it, and then that's why I say it's the wrong kind of heat.
Oh yeah.
Because you've
Well,
heard
yes, that-
you
you're
can
right,
hear a lot
that-
of wrestlers talking about it, that there's the heat, like you have white heat, like when the NWO first came, that those guys were heels that people throwing shit in the ring, like that worked. This is the wrong kind of heat. It's almost
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah, I guess what you're saying, and now it makes sense, because you don't want the kind of heat. Now that I'm thinking out loud, you don't want the kind of heat that'll change the channel, right?
exactly, yeah.
Right.
So
Exactly.
that's right. That is a heat you don't want, because then you're losing eyes. People are like, oh no, awkward, or nah, I don't like these, I'm gonna change. Yeah, that's not good heat. But if you keep the channel on and you just like to scream at them through your TV, that's the good kind of heat. Good kind of heat. But it'll be interesting to see who's the next challenges. Like you were talking about FTR, right? But I think FTR has some stuff to do right now. In the meanwhile,
I think
so
they,
I don't see where.
Yeah, I think they would maybe what would work for them is if they lose the ROH tag team titles and go for the AEW belts.
I want them to have both, though.
It'll give them more. It'll give them more backing to being that best tag team in the world.
I would rather see them as IWGP and AEW tag team champions as opposed to.
But they might be.
No, hold on, Justin. What are you doing? Mooing?
No, that wasn't Justin. I think
No,
that
it was Justin.
me.
It was
That was me.
Justin.
Oh, it was okay.
It was me.
Oh, it was Jonathan. Okay, it was Jonathan.
Obviously, he's just gonna blame everything bad on me. Oh man.
I'm starting to like more Justin being off the mic today, because wow, Big Red's been off, man. The booing and the
But I think the match FTR against Jeff Cobb and the other guy are for both titles. So we are gonna have double championship, and I think FTR will be double tag team champions, but just not the AEW tag team champions, ROH and New Japan. Yeah. For now, I guess it's okay. It's next weekend, right? This weekend is the 18th. Yeah. So next weekend is the Forbidden Door.
Wow, craziness.
I just hope it's not a 5-hour pay-per-view because it seems like there's a lot of matches.
At least 4.
I feel like
because if it's
345,
if it's a 345 4-hour pay-per-view with all this quality of matches, I have no problem. All right, you're still here.
Still here.
Yeah,
good job, brother.
I'm glad you're still here. But
more than that, you're gonna start hurting. Especially gonna start hurting the later matches.
I think 3 hours would almost be cutting it too close because you have so many matches, and you don't want any of these matches to end like too soon. So I think three and a half to 4 would make more sense because you give enough time, for maybe even promos in between. So
yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. Isn't usually New Japan shows approximately 5 hours?
That's Wrestle Kingdom.
That's just Wrestle Kingdom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair.
And I think that's when they started to split it up upon 2 nights. Yeah.
2 nights. Okay. I don't know. Honestly, I have no faith in AEW trying to make it a shorter pay-per-view. Not that I'm complaining because a lot of the content is good. It's just it's been a bit too much when it hits the 5-hour mark almost or above. I feel like that's what we're gonna get. I feel like Tony Khan is still going to announce more matches. There's already like 7 matches. I think confirmed.
Yeah.
At least
confirmed. Off the top of my head, I have 5, but if I start thinking about it, definitely 7.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
So, confirmed. Yeah.
Yeah, just the confirmed ones because I think they'll be closer to 9, 10.
That's what I'm saying. And the last pay-per-view was like 11. So
yeah, it's gonna be a 5-hour show.
So and I don't want to
PPR is ready
because what the problem with having a 5-hour show are 2 things. The people at the main event, you might ruin your main event because people are exhausted and they're not into it no more. And especially for the people there, because us, we'll watch it and then we can rewatch it, right? But the people there won't be in it. It won't be you need the people there to be in it, to have the reactions. That's number one. Number 2 is as soon as you have one match that might go over by 2 minutes. It's because sometimes it happens. You have these, and they're very specific with the times of these matches. Okay, your match is going to be 8 minutes. Your match is going to go on for 12 minutes. And if one goes over, then it has a chain reaction there that you might fuck up other matches that you might have to hurry up later on in the show. Which sometimes it's hard to hurry up a match, especially if it's an important match. So that's why I want them to be careful, not to get overexcited in all these possibility of matches that you can have. And still have a good card.
Just save it for another show or something for November or whatever.
But there are rumors. I think because there are rumors that things are not going good in the negotiations in the booking between New Japan and All Elite. So are they maybe trying to push everything together and just get this partnership over with and just get everything in this thing? Because definitely there's possibilities to have future matches. But if they're not agreeing on stuff and now they just want to get this pay-per-view over with.
It makes sense. New Japan's going to want their guys to go over.
Yeah, of course.
Makes sense. And listen, at the end of the day, even if there is some problems with the booking, if the pay-per-view goes over which is what you know is going to happen, business is going to be done down the line. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But there are some matches that, in my opinion, the New Japan guys should win.
Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna have to win some matches because it won't be one-sided.
It's an AEW show here, yeah.
Like I personally think that the AEW title should be going to New Japan.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think there can be if there's future business to be done. I think that's the way to go.
And the IWGP title going the other way, yeah.
Exactly. Because
so
I definitely
you would say Adam Cole beats Jay White then,
or Adam Page,
or Adam.
No,
Page
I would say Adam Cole. Yeah, give him the idea.
It could be his history with New Japan, maybe. Yeah. Well, Adam Page also has.
Could that be a triple threat the way it's going?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a triple threat.
And I
or
predict
a fatal 4-way if you add Adam Cole.
no. It's
Oh no,
No,
because
Adam
we,
Cole is the triple threat.
sorry, because we now confirmed that Okada will not be there. You're right. Yes.
what about Kenny?
Well,
I don't think Kenny's ready, man. I don't
Well, he
know.
might show up,
He'll show up, but I don't think he's gonna.
but I don't think he'll be in the match. That will have to be announced next week,
He
right?
could he could cause the result. Like he could be a cause of the
Yes,
end
that's
of the
it. An
match.
interference. He shows up as a surprise interference. Definitely, because it's around that time, right? It's been since Revolution.
Yeah.
No,
Was it Revolution last year?
no. Revolution is in February. Sorry. What's the one in November?
Oh,
Not Double or Nothing, not All In.
The one
Not
after
Fight
All
for the
Out.
Fallen.
Don't.
It's probably All Out, honestly.
No, All Out is August. November is the one I'm missing. Then February is Revolution, and then Double or Nothing. So it's the
oh, they only have 4. It's one every
Full
Yeah.
gear. Full gear.
full gear. That's it. Full gear. So so it's been since Full Gear. So it's been a while. And all this face wrestling talk going on. At least he's still here listening to it.
He's still listening. We gotta be
It
someone.
can't be that bad.
Maybe
Maybe fake, but the last match was incredibly intense.
She's
So I guess
talking
it's
about the
talking about the
Dynamite
ladder
match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was. That was.
just giving
I'm
Justin
giving her
shit.
Lemo.
Okay, we're good at that here. So
Yeah, that's. I don't know. Today is Big Red's day. He's taking a big red.
Yeah,
pile of-
well, he made his bed. Now he's got to lay in
He's
it.
got
Right?
shit in it.
Exactly.
He's got to shit in it. Yes.
And I'm very comfortable.
He pulled an Amber Heard in his own bed.
Yeah. It was a big turd.
Pulled a little turd herd. Mm.
You see,
Boom.
you went south on that one.
What's out on that one? Just a tad. That really did it. Yeah.
I want to ask Jeff something.
Yes.
Concerning the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Would you be more open to a Nick singles run?
No, I think not a singles run. No, I see them staying as a tag team, but just babyface.
Yeah, because I think they complement each other, right? Matt's good. Matt's good on the mic.
Yeah,
and,
I don't
Nick,
think it works as a single.
I don't think they'll ever be singles competitors. I think they're going to be forever a tag team.
I think you have nice one-offs, basically, like we've seen before.
Like
Nick
Trent
versus,
and
yeah, exactly. Some stuff like that that'll always, or Nick versus Pac, Nick versus Trent.
Yeah,
right.
Some one-offs like that will always pull on a good show. But I think
Right.
he needs his brother Matt next to him to get over, because he's not a very good talker on the mic. Where Matt is.
Neither of them are. Yeah, but that's why.
Matt is better. To be fair, not maybe good, but better than Nick. That's what I meant.
No,
maybe.
it's
Because Nick yesterday I was impressed. That now he does a new corkscrew type of thing off the back way. From the top of the rope onto the floor, where I was something new. That was nice. He's very agile and
he's always looking for innovative ways to at least. Granted, I know you don't like his spot fest mentality there.
Yeah,
but he's always trying to go another extra level.
But there's a difference when it's a spot where the flow of the match goes.
Yes, that's the problem. It's not the spot.
It goes fine. Look at the Lucha Bros. The Lucha Bros, a lot of their matches is a spot fest, but the flow of the match is quick. It goes well. You don't have the guy. I don't know if it was Casey who said it last week, where you have a guy like they're about to do the super kick and the guy just sitting there like waiting for it, not moving. Where it's like Lucha Brothers, it's quick, it's fast paced.
Right. Well, Lucha Brothers are definitely more faster.
Yeah,
yes,
I don't hate I know maybe hate's a strong word. It's not that the Young Bucks are a terrible tag team. It's the way some of their spots are executed. I'm not quite sure what that laugh was about, but it's just that the way some of their spots are. It's just
It's because you see the difference. You see, let's say when you see a Lucha Bros match against the Jurassic Express or a Young Bucks, and then you see a Lucha Bros match against FTR. Right away, you see the difference.
Night and day.
Right away, you see the difference.
Right.
You know, so that's where it becomes frustrating. That's where you see that Lucha Bros not like that. But sometimes you're in a match with these types of tag teams, and there's nothing else you can do because the guy is there. It's happened. I've seen Ray Phoenix wait for a spot, but in a match against Jurassic Express, where I've never seen them do that in an FTR match. So
No.
Well, and Young Bucks and FTR was
or when they wrestled the House of Black.
Well, wasn't that the match of the year, right? That's or was that
Young
candidate
Bucks
for
and
match of the year?
FTR. I think that was candidate for match of the year, right?
Yeah.
So those were one of the, and I think that's obviously FTR's doing and kind of thing and helping out. But I think Young Bucks, it's more of a chemistry thing. If they've worked with them for quite a while and so on.
Yeah.
If you have to start talking about match of the year, I would have to put the Buddy Murphy Pac match up there because that was
good.
That was on point. On point. Wow,
that was good. Two of the
intensity, the spots were done perfectly. My God, what a way to put a. I think was it the first match on last week's show
to open it? I think it was.
Yeah,
I think it was. Yeah,
yeah. My God, what a way to open the show.
Yeah,
amazing.
Pac is very underrated, man. Pac is
very underrated.
But even you look at Buddy Murphy was in WWE for what 4 or 5 years.
Oh, and he pulled off some great matches in WWE.
Yeah, but I mean, this one, it seems like it's just, there's a difference when wrestlers are able to
if I'm not mistaken, I think I remember a 205 live match between Buddy Murphy and Neville, man, being great. So yeah, that's definitely a match of the year candidate with on the side note, Jeff, I like your shirt. Definitely interesting to see where these guys are going to go and how their tag team title run is going to go. But so I think we've covered everything for this week.
Big Red news. Big Red, do you have any other random sounds you'd like to say?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
I think we just woke him up.
Silence.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Perfect. Well, yeah. So obviously, we're going to keep you guys posted with what's going on with the Wall Street Journal article and what eventually happens to John Laurinaitis, to Vince McMahon, what the shareholders come up with, and what other gossip we're going to get. I feel like we're not over with the gossip yet. There's definitely going to be more stuff that's going to come out in the eventual days and weeks, and what's going to happen with Sasha. We'll definitely keep you all posted. But guys,
like sand through the hourglass, so are the days of WWE.
That's a good one. Fair enough. Valid point. And yeah, we'll definitely keep.
I wasn't sure where he was going with that one, but it was good.
It was good. It was good. Even with all of his I forgot the Golden State Warrior gear on. He done did good. He done did good.
It's tonight, baby, tonight.
There you go. It's the finals tonight?
Well, there it's game
6.
6, sorry.
Game 6.
Go Boston.
Let's go.
The Celtics are in it? Are the Celtics in it?
Did I hear go Hawks?
Go
He said go Boston.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Celtics actually made it to the finals?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Where do you live? Under a rock?
I don't watch.
Well, yeah,
basketball
he lives in a weird spot in Montreal. Of course, it's a
weird spot.
I don't watch basketball too, but I know who's in the finals.
I don't know. You talk about it a lot too, though, so you kind of keep yourself informed, whereas I don't. I keep myself informed on all what you guys do and cherish you all. And I cherish you all once again for joining me here tonight as we talked about some good old-fashioned wrestling. And Jeff, we'll start it off with you, good sir. Where can they follow you specifically only on social media?
Yes, because I've been harassed in the last couple of weeks from WTN fans. So please stop following me at work. But you can follow me at JT9783 on Twitter, where, like I say, I cover a variety of different subjects. So yeah.
Boom. And the one not on camera also, of course, has some socials, although he's very shy. Big Red, where can they follow you, good sir?
You guys can follow me at Big Red 7819 on Twitter, or on this page, or on my other podcast, the Big Red Podcast.
Or Dormez-vous as he tests out mattresses.
Well, I teach JLB how to shave.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Here we go again.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Deflect.
Deflect. Listen, you
all
let me
about-
know how that Casper mattress is, and that's it. Okay, that's it. Let me know.
Sponsored.
Hashtag still not sponsored. And of course, the craziest one, Kid Crazy. Where can they follow you, good sir?
You can follow me. Just look up for WTN's Kid Crazy on Twitter. Here on WTN Forum or our Wrestling Talk Now page, or you can look it up on Facebook for anything else world affairs related at SBN Podcast on Facebook.
Boom, like a boss. And of course, I am Justin JLB. You can follow me at JLB420 on Twitter, anchor.fm/RTR. Links will be down below in the doobly-doos for everything else. But WTN, guys, WTN Wrestling on all socials. We're even on Twitch now, as a lot of our viewers we saw there. Thank you to Jay Napper. Thank you to Melissa. Thank you to Nerdvana Gamer. And feel like I'm missing a few, but thank you all for constantly joining us every day or no, every week for some wrestling talk. We certainly do appreciate it. No laughing. All right. This is not the time to laugh during an outro. One fucking job. And you guys also have one job to come back next week. But until then, we will see you next time. Ciao for now.